Hey, I'm Kai from Flamenco Explained. In this video, we're going to talk about the two things that I think will really change your rasgueado. There are also two things that not everyone wants to do, and some people think you shouldn't have to do. And what I'm talking about here is what I call the bend and the flick, right? And we'll talk about each of those in just a sec. Neither one of these is something you have to do, right? But both of them sort of radically changed and improved my rasgueado, and in decades of teaching, I have seen this radically improve a lot of people's rasgueados. So I really recommend this strongly. That's not to say that no one can play good rasgueados without these two things, but if you're having any issues at all with your rasgueado, I really recommend these, right? The first one, which I consider essential, is what I call the flick. Right? Which means that anytime you are doing a downstroke in a rasgueado, these things you are flicking out of your palm, right? You're not just doing this from thin air, but you're literally flicking each finger. And the thing about the flick is it's basically free power, right? If you think about like a fly lands on your knee and you flick, right? You don't really have to put any effort into that whatsoever, and you get this boom, you get this nice little burst of power basically for free, right? You put no effort into it. And so the goal is to get our rasgueados to have that flick in each downstroke, right? Obviously the upstroke with the index, you don't get to flick. You have to use the power of your finger to come up. But for the downstrokes, it's just, it's free power. It will make your rasgueado sound more percussive. And I think for a lot of people, when they finally get the flick under control, it helps them control time as well. So I'm a huge proponent of this. I think you should do it. The second thing, which completely changed my rasgueados, is the bend, right? Keeping your thumb bent most of the time when you're doing rasgueados. There's three reasons for this. The first is that with a straight thumb, it's very easy to not hit the fifth string. Right? With your straight thumb here, you have to kind of contort. If I mute the top four strings and have a straight thumb, right, I may get some, it's hard for me to do it with a straight finger, I'm so used to the bend. Right? When I bend, it's much easier to actually access the fifth string, which is the root of so many chords that we play, right? So we really want to be able to play the fifth string, and the bend allows that to happen. The second thing is that the bend allows the flick to happen much more easily, right? For most people, if your hand is out here, it's a little harder to bring the fingers in to a place where you can really flick. But if you're up here, it's really much more comfortable for the right hand to get into a position where you're flicking everything out, right? And the third thing is that you're a little above the strings, so it gives you a nice angle, which I think also improves the sound. So these are two small things. Each one of them is a huge pain in the ass to learn. If you're not already doing this and you sit down and say, hey, this is great advice, I'm gonna do it, it's not gonna happen in a day. It's gonna take a little time to change your habits and to get your hands used to flicking, right, and bending the thumb. But I do think that there's pretty much nothing else that will improve the sound of your flamenco playing as quickly as this.